Welcome back to Everpreneur, the source for entrepreneurs that have been an Everpreneur their whole life. You know, whether you've started 10 businesses, 20 businesses, and you just know you're not going to keep starting, that's really what this channel is for. That's like me. I mean, it didn't matter what I failed at, 10 different businesses. You know, you just keep going, and eventually you're going to hit one, and that's the best way to do it. It's for the Everpreneur. Today we're going to talk about specifically Instagram captions. When you're putting your posts up on Instagram, the caption's very important. I'm gonna share my techniques, how I helped grow my account over 100,000 people in less than a year. Couple main things: use emojis like crazy. Literally, I keep a fun atmosphere. It's supposed to be fun. People are using Instagram for entertainment, whether even if it's in the diet niche, they're still there for entertainment, right? So I use emojis like crazy. Don't overdo it, but like I'll do a couple words, an emoji, and always relevant. And just keeping it a fun atmosphere, not just a bunch of blocky text. So that's tip number one of 5 tips. The second tip is going to be, spacing it out properly. So I'm going to try to get you guys in the comments a link to a spacer. And in this spacer, you can save it in your phone. And what it does is it means that, when you scroll down, you see people that have the little dots, the little periods. I used to do that. I found this spacer and it makes it look so much better. It literally spaces out your bios. I have no idea why Instagram hasn't, put this in yet where you can just space it properly. It's totally weird, but I'm gonna put that spacer in. Tip number 3 is very important. This is like probably the most important tip because it's a call to action. So after you've, reposted that person's post, you put their picture up, you've their whole caption shown up, and you've clipped out certain areas, right? And below, like my whole intro and the recipe and everything functional towards the post, right below that, every single time I've done this from the very beginning, and I think this is huge for my success, is to write the words follow with the emoji pointer, and then you at your account, so whatever you've chosen to name your account, and then follow at the account for more, and this is important too, and then you always keep it relevant to what the post is. So if you're talking about, if the picture's of a paleo burger, for more paleo foods with an exclamation mark, and I usually do a little heart. If it's a funny meme, follow emoji arrow at your account for more funny paleo memes, or follow for more paleo desserts. You know what I mean? That's very important. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 in the captions is you always give credit to your reposter. So you want to say, and how I'll do it is I'll say thanks, exclamation mark, at the person. So you always give credit, and then you do hashtag repost. In the very beginning, I was doing, it's interesting how people are, but I would do follow my account for more of this, and directly below that, I would put thanks to the person. Now, I got a DM from somebody saying, hey, like, I love that you're posting my content. It's flattering, but could you at least make it more visible? So ever since then, I've done follow, and I do a space, and then I go thanks to the person, then I do a space. And tip number 5 is going to be your hashtags, right? You always include your hashtags in there. So you want to include 30 hashtags, all relevant, and like we spoke about before, in a pyramid. So 50% should be very niche hashtags, less than 20,000. Then, the other 30% should be less than 50 to 100,000 posts on that hashtag. And then you tier it up to, 10% of, 100 to a million, and the rest can be big ones. But yeah, that would be the 5 tips for captions. So let's recap that. You want to use emojis. So you want to use emojis, but not overdo it. Just have it fun. You want a fun, light atmosphere. Second tip is you want to use the spacer. So that spacer that we're going to talk about, very important. It keeps it cleaner. It's just nicer. You don't want to have spaced out posts. You don't want blocks of text. Tip number 3, follow arrow emoji, your account for more, and then relevant things. So tip number 4 is going to be, you're going to thank the creator of the repost. So thanks to X person, at person for X so-and-so, hashtag repost. So thanks at Susan, hashtag repost, and then you want to leave spaces between those. And then tip number 5, very important again, hashtagging. 30 hashtags in a pyramid, and then keep building it up. So that's my 5 tips for captions.